Welcome everybody on YouTube and Twitch. Your boy Kit. You're here, man. Yes, yesterday the stream was a little lagging. Apologize, but you know, sometimes it's here stronger and better. Back to the original setup. Let me check the YouTube. Okay. Don't know why it's glitching like that. Don't know why it's glitching like that. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So back, we're gonna do Leviticus chapter 4 to 6 today. Before we do that, we're gonna go into the recap. Numbers. I said Leviticus, my bad. Numbers 4 to 6 we'll do. But for the recap, we're gonna do Numbers chapter 1. Here goes the registration of Israel's troops. 1 year after Israel left Egypt, the Lord spoke to Moses in the tabernacle in the wilderness of Sinai. God commanded Moses and Aaron to count all the men aged 20 and older who were able to go to war, organizing them by tribes, clans, and families. Each tribe had a designated leader to assist in the census. Total number of fighting men in Israel was 603,500 men. However, the Levites were not counted among the army. Instead, God set them apart to care for the tabernacle and its furnishings, carry, set up, and guard the tabernacle, protect Israel from God's wrath if the sanctuary were treated improperly, and any unauthorized person who approached the tabernacle was to be put to death. Israelites obeyed everything the Lord commanded. Numbers 2 recap. Organization of Israel's camp. The Lord instructed Israel to camp in an orderly formation around the tabernacle, each tribe beneath its own banner. Camp layout. From the east of traveling, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, total 864, 400. South, in the line was Reuben, Simeon, and Gad. So those are the tribes. 151,450. Center, Levites carrying the tabernacle. West, third in line was tribe of Ephraim, Manasseh, two of them, 108. North, which was last in line, was Dan, tribe of Dan, Asher, and filling. Total troops remained 603,500, excluding the Levites. Israel camped and traveled exactly as the Lord commanded, showing obedience and unity. God dwells at the center of his people, and their lives are to be ordered around his presence. The Levites set apart for service. Aaron's sons, Dab, Abihu, Eliezer, Dab and Abihu died for offering unauthorized fire before the Lord, leaving Eliezer and Ithamar to continue priestly service. The purpose of the Levites. God chose the tribe of Levi to assist Aaron and the priests, care for the tabernacle and items. serve in place of Israel's firstborn son, who belonged to God after the Passover in Egypt. Levite clans and responsibilities. So the Gershonites, 7,500 males, camped west of the tabernacle, care for the curtains, coverings, and the tent. Kohathites, 8,600 males, camped south, care for the ark, table, lampstand, altars, and sanctuary, led by Eleazar, chief overseer of the Levites. Brarites, 200 males, camped north, cared for frames, pieces. Moses, Aaron, and the priest camped east, guarding the Levite males, north and north. Israel had 22,273 more than the extra 5 pieces for 1,160 to air. Go. Sure, why not? All right. So let's go into Numbers chapter 4. Righty. Shout out to everyone on YouTube and Twitch. Let's go. Okay, duties of the Kohathites. How you doing, Tamika? God bless you. Welcome, welcome. How's your Saturday morning or afternoon? Duties of the Kohathite clan. Numbers chapter 4, verse 1. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, verse 2, record the names of the members of the clans and families of the Kohathite division of the tribe of Levi. 3. List all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who are eligible to serve in the tabernacle. 4. The duties of the Kohathites and the tabernacle relate to the most sacred objects. 5. When the camp moves, Aaron and his sons must enter the tabernacle first to take down, cover the ark of the covenant with it. 6. Then they must cover the inner curtain with fine goatskin leather, spread over that a single piece of blue cloth. Finally, they must put the carrying poles of the ark in place. Daknar, thanks for liking the live stream. 7. Next, they must spread a blue cloth over the table where the bread of the presence is displayed, and on the cloth they will place the bowls, ladles, jars, pitchers, and the special bread. 8. They must spread a scarlet cloth over all of this, and finally a covering of the goatskin leather on top of the scarlet cloth. Then they must insert the carrying poles into the table. Next, they must cover the lampstand with a blue cloth, along with its lamps, lamp snuffers, trays, and special jars of olive oil. 10. Then they must cover the lampstand and its accessories with fine goatskin leather and place the bundle on. 11. Next, they must spread a blue cloth over the gold incense altar and cover this cloth with fine goatskin leather. Then they must attach the carrying poles to the altar. 12. They must take all the remaining furnishings of the sanctuary and wrap them in a blue cloth, cover them with fine goatskin leather, and place them on the carrying frame. They must remove the ashes from the altar from sacrifices and cover the altar with a purple cloth. Verse 14. All the altar utensils, the fire pans, meat, forks, shovels, basins, and all the containers must be placed on the cloth. A covering of fine goatskin leather must be spread over them. Finally, they must put the carrying poles in place. Verse 15. The camp will be ready to move when Aaron and his sons have finished covering the sanctuary and all the sacred articles. The Kohathites will come and carry these things to the next destination, but they must not touch the sacred objects or they will die. So these are the things from the tabernacle that the Kohathites must carry. Verse 16. Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, will be responsible for the oil of the lampstand, fragrant incense, daily grain offering, and the anointing oil. In fact, Eleazar will be responsible for the entire tabernacle and everything in it, including the sanctuary and its furnishings. 17. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, verse 18, do not let the Kohathite clans be destroyed from among the Levites. Verse 19. This is what you must do so they will live and not die when they approach the most sacred objects. God is telling Moses not this clan destroy them. Aaron and his sons must always go in with them and assign a specific duty or load to each person. 20. The Kohathites must never enter the sanctuary to look at sacred objects, even a moment or day. Duties of the Gershonite clan. And the Lord said to Moses, verse 22, record the names of the members of the clans and families of the Gershonite division of the tribe of Levi. Verse List all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who are eligible to serve in the tabernacle. Acres, what's up? 4. These Gershonite clans will be responsible for traditional service and carrying. Verse 25. They must carry the curtains of the tabernacle itself with its coverings, the outer covering of fine goatskin leather, and the curtain for the tabernacle entrance. Verse 26. They are also to carry the curtains for the courtyard walls that surround the tabernacle, curtain across the courtyard entrance, ropes, and all the equipment related to the are responsible for all these items. 7. Aaron and his sons will direct the Gershonites regarding all their duties, whether it involves moving the equipment or doing other work. They must assign the Gershonites responsibility for the loads they are to carry. 28. So these are the duties assigned to the Gershonite clans at the tabernacle. Will be directly responsible. Tamar, son of Aaron, the priest. Tamar, son of Aaron, the priest of the Merarite. Now record the names of the members of the clans of the Merarite division of the tribe of Levi. 30. List all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who are eligible to serve in the tabernacle. Their only duty at the tabernacle will be to carry the load. They will carry the frames of the tabernacle, crossbars, posts, and the bases. Verse 32. Also the posts for the courtyard walls with their bases, pegs, and ropes, all their accessories, and everything else related to their use. Assign the various loads to each man by name. Verse 33. So these are the duties of the Merarite clans at the tabernacle. They are directly responsible to Tamar, son of Aaron, the priest. Summary of the registry. 4. So Moses, Aaron, and the other leaders of the community listed the members of the Kohathite division by their clans and families. The list included all the men between 30 and 50 years of age who were eligible for service in the tabernacle. The total number came to 700. So this was the total of all those from the Kohathite clans who were eligible to serve at the tabernacle. Moses and Aaron listed them just as the Lord had Moses. Verse 38. Gershonite division was also listed by his clans. This included all the men between 30 and 50 years of age service. Total number came to 600. This was a total of all those served at Moses and Aaron listed them, just as the Lord. Merarite division was his clan. This included all the men between the total number came to. So this was the all those Moses and Aaron listed them. And Aaron and the Israel, all the leaders and families. Verse 47. All the men between 30 and 50 years of age who were eligible for service in the tabernacle and for its transportation numbered 8,580. Verse 49. When their names were recorded as the Lord had commanded, signed his task and told. And so the rest as and that is number all right. So into sorry. Numbers chapter 5, purity in Israel's camp. The Lord gave these instructions to Moses, verse 2. Command the people of Israel to remove from the camp anyone who has a skin disease or discharge or who has become ceremonial unclean by touching a dead person. This command applies to men and women alike. Remove them so they will not defile the camp, which I live among them. It's 4. The camp I live. It's a sanctuary. It's a whole. It's a. I'm not saying you're not to you're. And the Lord said to Moses, verse 6, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. If any of the people, men or women, betray the Lord by doing wrong to another person, they are guilty. 7. They must confess their sin and make full restitution what they have done, adding an additional 20% and returning it to the person who was wrong. But if the person who was wrong is dead, there are no near relatives to whom restitution is made. They may belong to the Lord and must be given to the priest. Those who are guilty must also bring a ram as a sacrifice, and they will be purified right with the Lord. All the sacred offerings that the Israelites bring to a priest will belong to him. 10. Each priest may keep all the sacred donations that he receives. Okay. Verse 11. And the Lord said to Moses, 12, the following instructions for of Israel. Suppose a man's wife goes astray and she is faithful to her husband. 13. Sex with another. Father saw and in the still guilty. If husband becomes and it's suspicious, he said no. Then must priest also bring an offering 2 quarts barley flour be presented on her behalf, not mixed of oil or frankincense offering. offering. 16. Priests will then present her to stand trial before. 17. Take some holy water in a clay jar, pour it into this, and he has taken from the tabernacle floor. 18. When the priest has presented the unbind her hair in her hand. See off. Suspicion justified. Are a bit. Team. Put the say to if no other man has had sex, not gonna under you be immune from the effects of this bitter water. If they still. Verse 20. But if you have gone astray by sex with a man, verse 20. At this point, this must put the woman on, saying, people know the Lord. As well. Now, and the woman priest will curse. Make the woman drink the bitter water that water enters her body, suffering. Priest will take the jealousy offering from the woman's hand, lift it up before the Lord, and carry it to. Take a handful. 27. If she has defiled herself, why did I bring abdomen? This is the suspicion. If a woman goes astray while under her husband, or if a man becomes jealous and it's suspicion, priest will be a listen. Husband will say up. How you guys feel about? And it's just always remember is during that time. Yo, Bruce, thanks for liking the live stream. It's during that time, so it's not something that's practiced today. Hopefully not. Maybe it is. Who knows? We as believers don't see, go before God. There's our own ways of adultery. It goes both ways. Right? It talks about faithfulness in both ways to the New Testament process. Process. This is just the part where it's saying if maybe he's not the on her. She'll be Aaron basically. All right. We're gonna do the last chapter. Nazarite laws. The Lord said to Moses, verse 2, give the following to the people of Israel. Subject: if any of the people, either men or women, take the special vow of a Nazarite, setting themselves apart to the Lord in a special way. Verse 3, they must give up wine and other alcoholic drinks. They must not use vinegar made from wine or from other alcoholic drinks. They must not drink fresh grape, and they must not eat grapes or raisins. Or, as long as they are bound by the Nazarite vow, they are not allowed to eat or drink that comes from time, even the grape seeds or skins. Never cut their hair throughout the time of their for they are holy and set apart to the Lord. Till the time of their vow has been, they must let their hair grow long. 6. Must not go near a dead body during the entire 7. Even if the dead person hair on their head is a symbol. Can I read that again? It's 5. They must never cut their hair throughout the time of the for they are holy and set apart till the time of their vow has been. They must not 7. That person is a symbol. Yo, Christoph, how you doing, man? Yes, I know it's you. I know it's you. How you doing? Last time we spoke, you said you had a good day. I'm very grateful. How's your day today? How you doing, Jake? I called you back. Let me pray for you. God, to pray going through says he's going to pray to uplift despair, bring this path, grant the bigger picture, able, able to be around, surround sphere, put your name in prayer. I want to ask, you guys know something? This is what struck my mind. Um, listen to this. Verse 5, they must never cut their hair throughout the time of their vow, for they are holy, set apart to the Lord, till the time of the vow has been. Let them. Who's that remind you? That remind you? No, I keep reading. This is a law for Nazarites. So this is, like I said, this is, please don't take it to its content. I gotta explain that. Say that. It says, are we we're not Nazarites. This is time. But like I was gonna say, I read the part. It's not cut. Let's keep it long. Samson. Who was a Nazarite? Samson. Samson was a bull. That was a vow to the. It's not cut toes. It's not like they kept it long forever. Kept it long. They kept it till Samson. Okay. All right. So, let me. Verse 6, and they must not go near a dead body during the entire period out to the Lord. Verse 7, even if that person is father and mother, sister, must not defile themselves. The hair on their head is a symbol of their separation to God. 8, the requirement applies as long as they are set apart. If someone falls dead beside them, hair they have dedicated will be wait for 7 days, then shave. Then they will cleanse from the 10. 8th day they must bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young to the priest at the end of the tabernacle. 11. The priest will offer one of the birds for a sin offering. This way, purified from the guilt and they must reaffirm days of their vow before no longer count. They must dedicate themselves to as a Nazarite, for their full term of their vow. Each must bring a 1-year-old male offering, because touch that doesn't matter. They're close relatives. Hair must not even. Verse 13. This is the ritual law for Nazareth. Eventually, man, are you hearing this? Listen. This is the ritual law for Nazarites. Okay? I always say when we're reading the Bible, read carefully and thoroughly. The problem is that people just apply everything. Like, they're like, okay, then no, you're not a Nazarite. We're not an Israelite. We're not, like, this is for that time, right? Yeah. 13. This is the ritual law for Nazarites. At the conclusion of their time of separation as Nazarites, they must each go to the entrance of the tabernacle and offer their sacrifices to the Lord. 1-year-old male lamb without defect for a burnt offering. 1-year-old female lamb without defect for a sin offering. A ram without defect for a peace offering. A basket, bread made without yeast, cakes of choice flour, mixed with olive oil and wafers, bread with olive oil, along with the prescribed grain offerings with offering. The priest will present these offerings. First, the sin offering and the burnt offering, a ram for a peace offering, along with the basket of bread made. These also present prescribed grain offering, Lord. 15. Then the Nazarite will shave their heads at the entrance of the tabernacle. They will take their hair that had been dedicated and place it on the fire beneath the peace offering sacrifice. 15. After the Nazarite's head has been shaved, the priest will take each of them oiled shoulder of the ram. He will take from the basket a wafer made without yeast. He will put them all to the Nazarite's hands. Verse 20. Then the priest will lift them up as a special offering before the Lord. These are the holy portions for the priest, along with the breast of the special offering and the thigh of the sacred offering that are lifted up to the Lord. After this ceremony, the Nazarites made a verse 21. This is the ritual law of the Nazarites, who vow to bring these offerings to the Lord. They must also bring additional offerings if they can afford it, and they must be careful to do whatever they vowed to set themselves apart as Nazarites. The priestly blessing. 22. Then the Lord said to Moses, tell Aaron and his sons to bless the people of Israel with the special blessing. This special blessing. The Lord bless you and protect you. The Lord smile on you and peace to you. 6. The Lord show you his favor and his peace. 27. Whenever Aaron and his sons bless the people of Israel, himself will bless them. Wraps up chapter 6. And our seven complete. I'm actually gonna take this as personal notes. I will also want to say like, Lord bless you and protect you. The Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. The Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. That is a nice. Thank you, eventually, man. What's your name, eventually, man? What is your name? Charles. It's nice. Nice name. Nice note. So it's Numbers chapter 26, 26. Sorry, Numbers 6, chapter 6, verse 24 to 20. Lord bless you. Yeah, I like to do that. Like I have a section in my notes called personal. Always just like have sorry. What can you say about Molech? It's Molech with the Olech. What can you say about Molech Rich? I haven't read the Epstein file. They're doing that now. They're doing that is. I suspect people in that type of power who have power like that would. They're not men of. There's men of God in this world who have power. Like I said, there's two kingdoms. Like there's heaven and there's. We always think that. See, the devil is all about illusions. The devil will make it seem like he's running everything. You know? But it's like, it's not even like he's running things. It's like he's influencing people, acts and do stuff, right? So it's like the people who are the children of God, they also have. Look at Poland, right? They declared Jesus as their actual saying. You know? There's countries, nations that are not of darkness. They're not supporting stuff. So there's there's kingdoms out there. There's kingdoms that sorry, not kingdoms. There's people who are in the high places, like top 1%. So people are in the top 1%, you know. So just keep that in mind. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them think that like there's no place for God's children. God, listen. God is like like God is that's the funniest thing is that God is on top. Like that's the funniest part. Like we always think that like God is, it's like a battle between good and evil. It's not a battle between good, sense of like, um we're not, like what I mean by that is the battle is our sins that we commit. Of course, sis. Exactly, you already won. Jesus already won the victory, died and for our sins. So it's like we're just here, and it's just sometimes I think it's just in our head. Sometimes the fear, it's like, what's that word when they call it? It's a type of fear where inferior, exactly, because of the norm is like every wicked, so you're inferior because there's more people. But I'm telling you, God's people stand out. Whenever we have complete faith of God, everything works out. God bless you too. God bless you. Freedom of will. Yeah, free will. Yeah, exactly. Freedom of will exists. It's up to you. Exactly. Don't be afraid, man. Do not fear, for I am the Lord. Like, come on, man. Don't be afraid. He says that to the Israelites over and over again as we read. Do not be afraid. Why just like how be afraid. Just like when Peter was walking on the water, you know, he saw the wind and storm, whatever, he got afraid and he drowned. But if he didn't have a, he would have continued. Not be afraid, have fear, have fear. Don't let them think you're God's child. I believe. What made you exactly wouldn't have drowned? Gonna answer a question with a question. You said you stopped believing. I'm just digesting what you said. So you're saying that it was so, because when you paint it out like God let it happen, then you're saying that it's God's fault. So if it happened, then it's God's fault. What about all the years that God looked after your cat? What about all the years that God looked at? There's something in this earth called free. There's something in this earth called what a man does. What a man does is it has its repercussions. It has I mean, if he does wrong, it has its repercussions. You either gain or you lose in this world. Um, did you go to God? No, hold on. Can I ask you a question? You go to God about your cat when your cat was suffering. Did you ever go to God? I don't know. It's a load. It's like it's one of those things where you can type everything, but it's like we need to have an actual conversation. I mean, because if you go to God, like, did you when you when you went to God? Have you ever gone to God about something? Ever? I guess so because you said you stopped. So I guess you did believe. You did believe, but did you genuinely believe in God, or is? Oh yeah, I know about. You have a relationship with God. Just to pray, God. So you had a relationship. What happened? Because of your cats? What was the steps that led to that? What was the steps that? What was it? Just because your cat that made you not believe anymore, or was it that you're already not? Admitting that there's a lot of things that made him stop believing. It wasn't just a cat. I guess maybe the cat must be the total blow, right? Total blow. Maybe the cat dying was like the blow that even though you stopped believing, um, that just pushed you away. It does go deeper than it is deeper. Sometimes I think that when we say we don't believe in God anymore, it's really saying that we feel like God has failed us because of we did not get what we. But can I tell you something? The relationship of God, just like a relationship with your parents, you don't always get what you want, but you know that their love is there. Discipline you. They try to get you what you want, and respecting God does not stop how His will. Rejecting God, you're in yourself, denying yourself, looking at problems of what man does, and then you're blaming God for man's actions. You're blaming God for the actions of. Do you like to be controlled? Do you like it if God just forcefully made you get on your knees and bow down to Him, or would you just want to live free will? The actions of a man is not to be blamed by God, because when we look in the beginning, God gave us everything. It's our fault that we corrupted this world. We corrupted ourselves by not listening to God. We don't listen to God, and that's why things happened. See, it's just when you try to reason and talk with people, you. I don't think I'm the. I think honestly, I think if you have all these questions, the God that you reject, why don't you ask Him in prayer? I'm not God. It just seems that you're kind of from a place of hurt. So ask God. I want people to do that. Why not? Okay, so if that's how you feel, then that's your life for you. That's your life. Or you can feel justified in how you feel. It's up to you. That's how you feel. God ever answered my prayer. Yes, he did. You know, my like I always said, my daughter was born. Bible rapes. Pray to God, to God, to 2 weeks, just 2 weeks ago. They said that she's over 2 years. Just 2 weeks ago, they said that it's a cheap stone. She's doing better as if she was not premature. That's what they told me. Those are prayers I'm asking God, praying to God. Pray that like it's all the development. He's talking. She's even taking her first steps. I don't understand. God doesn't just reward. Do you reward bad behavior? If you do something bad, do you reward it with? If you do something wrong, what is the expectation? The thing about man and God is that God has grace. Because everyone is meant to live. You can never ask me, a man, why your cat suffered. I think your answer, the questions you need to ask is person, sorry, not person, it's my mistake. I think the question is to be asked to God. Ask him. Just give it a shot. Ask him. Because the thing about you is that you're thinking God is a transactional. That's not a. What's a G? What God is not a. God is not a genie. When you read the Bible, you're gonna know that God's not a genie. It's about submitting to the Lord, submitting so His will for instead of yours, submitting to His will. Thank you, Charles. I appreciate. Yeah, grow. I'm just letting you guys know, like I'm supposed to leave. I was supposed to leave. Give it another like. Just letting you guys know that was the whole plan. Cause I want to. Whenever someone asks me this question, I'm not there to explain. I'm only there to understand why they. And when they said it's like you need to go to the source, right? It's just like when you're talking to someone, fighting with someone, having a issue with another person, but then you're talking to the person you're fighting in as if they commit things. So you need to talk to the source. All right. I guess see you later, solid mate. Oh, for those who are on YouTube and Twitter, guys, for your heart.